Okay, so here's what I did yesterday. I had the whole thing apart, and this is the cutoff switch, the cutoff, and the way that it works is on the back of this spring here, where that little tab is. Behind that little tab, right there, is a little copper wire that's, twisted all into a shape, and so that it makes contact with underneath here, and you can see this little piece of plastic on top, and that little piece of plastic on top has the conductor on the bottom. So when the cable is released, the spring is released, and then on the back of here, there's supposed to be a little, copper wire, and it connects to this part down here, and it grounds it out, and then there's a little black wire which runs underneath here and down into the engine, and that's the cutoff, the kill switch. But this cable didn't work because it was attached to that handle up there, and it was about 4 inches longer than it needed to be. So what I did is I took this, which is the retainer for the bottom of this wire here. This is the retainer. It's supposed to be there, and I put it there, and that gave me a lot of extra pressure to pull against that spring. I tried taking the spring off and just like leaving it that way, but it seemed to work better this way. I don't know why, because it's not like it's making contact with a connector or anything, but I think that there's supposed to be something else there. I think this lever touches something else, and I think it won't ground out unless this part is on. So that's why I put the spring on, because it won't ground out unless this part touches it and completes the ground. So what I did is I moved the base of where this lever is. I moved it down a couple inches, and then I just tied it off with some wire here. But by doing that, I was able to make sure that it stays in the open position, and it won't ground out on me by accident and therefore shut off the lawnmower and not know why. So it's pretty much that. And then over here, what we did was this is the choke, and this is the set screw for the choke here. I don't know if you can see it in that light, but there's a little set screw on here. There you go, right there. And that's for the choke. Now, if you remember, there was a lever here for the choke, and then this spring is supposed to be attached to something else, but it didn't work. So what I did is I attached it to the throttle lever. So when I pull the throttle lever forwards, then you see it chokes out, normal amount of choke. When I release it backwards, it closes, and the choke is closed. So to start the engine, you pull it forward to engage the choke. So now you see the choke is completely open. Then you let it run, and then you pull it back. The spring holds it, it chokes out, and then you pull forwards, and you can see it's not moving. So once again, there's the choke in the closed position here. There's the spring, and this is the throttle. There's supposed to be a cable here, but we're going to use this ring. So when you want to start it, you pull this throttle forward, and then you can see this choke down here is open. See that? It's completely open. Okay, and then you let it run, and then you just lower this a little bit, and you lower the throttle, and then this is going to pull the choke back, and there you go. I also rewound the spring in this port here so that it snaps open a lot faster, and then we did the fancy dancy sponge as an air filter. So there you have it, rebuilding the Lawnmower 101. Joe had this string tied and wrapped around there, but turns out that it's all you got to do is take this little bar out, and there's a It's a little U-shaped bar and there's a hole in the bottom, and you put the string through there. And then this is, of course, the cutoff switch. So you basically just, you got your spark plug there and you just yank this off, and that's about it.